Welcome one, welcome all to episode 29 of a very special episode of Fab Life with Lauren and Lee.
Season 2.
Season 2. We've really shot ourselves in the foot with that, haven't we?
Yeah,
Because we have to say season 2 every single time. But welcome. How are we, Lauren? We've had a week off, I have to say.
Well, people have been messaging.
People
Kicking
have
off.
been messaging.
I've had complaints.
Yeah, you run our complaints department.
I
don't
do.
you?
I run all the departments on
All the
Instagram.
Yeah, I'm very busy not running any departments. Well, I run the Twitter department, which
You
was
do
still
run
only
the
on
Twitter
about
department.
12 followers.
Yeah, we're doing really well on Twitter.
Haven't tweeted in about 4 months. But listen, we've got to get the elephant out the room. Well, it was quite a good it was quite a good thing that we weren't on last week. We had a break.
Well, it was
due
the
to-
day, wasn't it? So I'm glad we're here because, we would have made a bit of a
I was a bit worried about that, but
I think.
our queen has gone.
what? She's right here. What are you on about?
Oh, don't give it away, Lauren.
Sorry.
But sad news. It's been a weird old week, hasn't it?
really
We're
weird.
basically referencing it now, and then we'll put it
We'll
to
let
one
it
side.
lie,
We're not doing an
yeah.
episode fully on the Queen.
No.
But it was very weird.
It's going to be weird on Monday when it's the funeral.
Yeah.
So we'll have to talk about that next week because I feel like we should just let it lie while people get their heads around it. Because it's all going on Instagram and all that, isn't it? About our dear old Queen.
Our
There
dear
she
old
is.
Queen.
Thanks for your service.
Do you know what I've just thought as well? I've got to introduce, because this is video as well.
That's what I'm saying. You're bloody putting a wall up here.
I know. And actually, poor Amy is right in the middle, just listening to this.
She's like, I'm not the producer, guys. Let me in.
You said don't speak until you've spoken to. And I was literally like,
Despo.
I was
Go
going
on,
to
Lee.
say it's
Do a
my
big
fault
intro.
that you have to say the season 2 thing because I told you to, didn't I?
Really?
I said it wasn't clear.
Oh.
See?
I said sometimes you go.
Get it off your chest. Come on.
Come on. Complaints department.
You go to listen to an episode, and before you were saying season 2, I was very confused. I started listening to one from 2020.
Oh, God, way
Bloody
back when.
hell.
Oh.
Well, I just was trying to do a sentimental tribute to the Queen and said, let's get the elephant out the room. And Lauren side-eyed you.
Genuinely, I thought you were going to make that.
Right, so, big news. We have our first ever guest on the pod. Can't bloody believe it. We've never had a guest. We've had a guest host.
Got a guest host,
With-
and I was on my honeymoon. Yeah.
Yes, but we've never had a guest. It is, drum roll, it's Amy Walsh.
Oh my God.
Is that it?
Well, what else?
Yeah, I've
Sorry.
seen you at Loose Swimming.
It's Amy Victoria Walsh.
Do not middle name me.
Do.
I've seen you bring those women onto that stage. Now do it like you would for them.
Those
Come on
women
now.
are household names.
Come on now. The daytime, she's evening.
Now,
We're all ITV.
well, Lauren's not.
Speak for yourself, guys. Still waiting
I
for
meant
mine.
me and them.
No, so for anyone who doesn't know, more full them, Amy Walsh is a dear friend of ours. You may recognise her from such impressions of, oh no, not on the pod.
I can't, honestly. The time I've listened to this pod and heard you take the mick out of my accent, the other day I was running around the park and you were going, she talks like this. Our friend from Bradford. That's when people don't know me. No, I don't. You know, people from Bradford pretend they're from Leeds.
Oh, really?
Oh,
But
yeah.
I'm
'cause
actually not one of those people.
You love being from Bradford.
I mean, I won't say that.
You love to
No,
say
I
you're
do.
from Bradford. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's
I think
you're
I love to
proud.
be
And
honest
I'm like that with
about
mine.
my roots.
I used
Yeah,
to be like
totally.
that because people would go, where did you study at university? I'd go, oh, Manchester. Oh, which uni? And you'd be like, Salford. So yeah, you big it up. But I always say Grimsby, and most people would think Cleethorpes.
I wouldn't say either.
Well, no, you'd say Bradford or.
No, I wouldn't say either if I was you.
Oh, and so it begins.
And here we are, guys. Welcome. I will be putting my referee t-shirt on in a minute just to get between them. I should have sat in the middle of you two. Anyway, proper intro though.
Sorry.
Amy bloody Walsh. She's here in the building.
I've
First
been
guest.
desperate to get in this chair.
If you weren't the first guest, we
It-
would have done
oh,
something.
hell
You
would
would
have
have fallen.
broken
Yeah,
me.
yeah. It would have been
Riots.
awful. Riots in the
Yeah,
streets.
I'm the
and everything.
ultimate friend of the pod, aren't I?
Yeah, the
It
most
really annoys
impressions.
me. You drop other people's names
I
in
know.
there, and I'm like, hey, where am I?
What about me?
And I get really excited when I get a mention. I'm really sad. Really sad. But then I'll be listening to you, and I'm like really want to jibe in.
Well, listen, you've got us for the next 45 odd minutes. So jibe in whenever
Jibe
you
away.
want. Jibe away.
I think we should let Amy introduce herself, like, some 5 facts about herself to the listeners.
Oh gosh.
Stand up,
obviously-
tell us your name and what's your biggest fear.
Yeah. Tell us one
I hate
fact
stuff
about
like this. We were
yourself.
talking about this the other day. I go mind blank.
Yeah.
What's your name and where'd you come from? Let's go full Scylla.
Okay.
What's your name? Where'd you come from?
So I'm Amy Walsh from Bradford.
With a T.
Bradford, no, darling, Bradford. I have a baby daughter.
Oh.
That defines me now.
Does
That's
it?
like the most important thing, isn't it?
She's
Well, yeah.
she's a dog,
She is.
though, isn't she?
She is. Answer. Yes, she is.
I'm a mother. What else?
You're an
I'm an
actress.
actress. Sorry, yeah, I am an actress. I'm on maternity. Can you tell?
How long have you been on maternity now?
Well, I came off in November, end of November, and then I had her end of December. So,
God.
but then I popped back
gone so quick.
recently
You have popped back recently.
for the 50th. Yeah.
We probably can't talk much about your day job,
No.
which is,
Oh, yes,
on the
I've not-
on what farm? She does look like a farmer, as you can see, on people on YouTube.
on Emmerdale Farm.
Hey.
Oh, clang.
Clang.
Clang. Yes, so that is my day job. I'm very lucky to say.
And you listen to the pod. You're an avid listener of the pod, aren't you? From day one.
Well, it's so weird because, I mean, me and you, Lee, talk to each other every day pretty much. I mean, in lockdown, it got ridiculous. It was like 5 times a day.
You're basically
just to
married.
pass the hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the only friend I've ever had that I even speak to on the phone for long
Really?
periods of time. But daily, I've never had a friend that I speak to daily. It's always text. So consider yourself very lucky. But
It's a blessing and a curse.
sometimes I'll get in the car, and especially since having the baby and not having that much time to myself, I'll get in the car and I'll be like, what should I do with my time? And I either listen to you or ring you. And
Oh.
I'm like,
Can't get enough of that voice. The
that
gaze in the
voice.
Are you a...
That
Are you
lovely
a...
voice.
Oh, I know what she was going to say. Are you a caller, Lauren?
No.
Only with certain
She
people.
never calls me.
Only with
Imagine
certain
if she was like,
people.
yeah, I call people all the time.
I mean,
No, we're text friends.
we're texters.
Like-
And then every so often I might do a wallop of a voice note.
Oh, yeah. I love
because,
a voice note.
Yeah, I love a voice note.
I'd never send you a voice note, though, really, unless it's
Only like a
Fab Life.
logistical one.
I think you have like rules
Yeah.
for certain people, don't you?
Yeah, some of my friends hate my voice notes. And then some send me like ones that are 10 minutes long. And I'm
You
like,
can just double
"Oh,
up,
Danielle.
Danny.
Oh, you have to
Yeah,
write
friend
notes
Danny.
with Danielle.
I'd say friend of the pod, but we don't know where she's up to either, do we?
I think she has just finished episode 1 of
sure.
season 1.
Yeah, sure. She's really with it.
I'm putting my drink down there, by the way, because I
Nervous.
do a lot of hand
Gesticulate.
stuff. I do gesticulate.
Yes, we are drinking indeed. We've got an alcoholic
on the job.
beverage. You've gone for beers. I've gone for a cider. Very rogue choice.
I know, a bit
Yeah.
burpy as well, actually. We're worried about the burps.
Really.
But I'm really enjoying it. I was very parched after that.
It's a lovely
central
cold
line.
one.
So I want to ask for the dear listeners, how did you get into acting? God, what a
Tell us your
awful
origin
question.
story.
God.
Did I ever tell you about this
back.
time? I probably said it on the pod where when I first moved back to Grimsby, and you know how people can sometimes be like accidentally passive aggressive, and this woman
Yeah, well,
in
all
Tesco,
the time whenever you like talk about your career
Yeah.
and your freelance.
and this woman in Tesco saw me and like she'd known me growing up or something, and she goes, "What are you doing these days?" And then she looks at me and she goes, "You still doing your drama?" And I've never felt so small, and I just went, "Yeah," and she went, "Oh, you always did like that, didn't you?" And I was like, oh, it was cut to the heart, like drama as well. Not
Yeah.
Not
still doing your
acting.
drama.
Remember when we walked around Cleethorpes and you were like literally a A-list celebrity?
Wow.
Every person
my
we
God.
saw recognised him.
And she was furious. She was like, "What am I,
I
chopped
was
liver?"
going to say. I'm surprised they didn't like shit one
But
when you were
remember
there.
when we walked around Leeds?
Oh God!
Tesco down my road.
I got recognised in Leeds Tesco
You did? Oh, I thought you were going to tell
for
me a story.
being Amy's friend. I'm like Sunita.
You are. Yeah, but
ultimate.
she's quite rich off the back of that, so just keep
why do you
pushing
think
her.
he's still ringing me 5 times a day?
I said, I was down the aisle and someone comes up to me and goes, I'm really sorry. Are you Amy Walsh's friend? And I went, yeah. And then she was like,
We were
I've
in
just
Tesco
seen...
together,
Yeah.
but I was on a different aisle getting cheese or
Yeah. I
something.
was like, and I went, yeah. She went, I've just been watching you on a story. And I went, oh, yeah, she's down in aisle 5 if you want to go and say hi.
If you want
I was
to know
literally
again.
like, Jesus Christ. I get it all the time.
You have had it
outside a
more than
nightclub.
once, haven't you?
I have had it more than once,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm
It's
quite
them
proud
stories.
of that.
I got recognised in Doncaster Station for being Nadia's friend.
Oh God, you need to.
Sorry.
Yeah,
These names.
God. She'll kick you out. It'll be me and her left if you keep doing this. What can we tell us about the acting?
Oh,
Tell us
yeah.
about your drama.
That was a tangent, and then you came back. And do you remember in the early days when you never came back to the after the tangent?
It was a dark time.
I don't know whether
I
this is...
was fuming with you two. I would
Yeah.
send you a message on the group that we've got called Rant.
Yeah.
Me, you, and Lee.
That's our
goes back-
WhatsApp group name, guys. It's called Rant.
That goes
So,
back literally 12 years or something.
The picture, I'm actually going to post the picture, I think,
Oh, yeah.
on Fab Life Day.
That's a nice.
Because it's got that awful Instagram, you used to put borders around them.
Oh, is it?
And it was like white and black. You can't do it anymore, I don't think. But when Instagram first came out, it was just like terrible filters, and our camera quality was just so shite.
Well,
Derby,
probably
that.
look great on it though. That
Well, we've got no pause, basically.
Yeah.
It's great. We look really good.
Anyway, what
I was just going to say...
the tanges, but yeah, I'd be like, "What happened next? Go back, and you didn't. I mean, obviously, I can just text you and find out.
Yeah.
But the millions of other listeners can't.
Oh, she's kind. And
She's rounded up.
Yeah.
rounded up, yeah. By a lot.
Anyway, how did I get into acting? So I went to stage school when I was a kid. We all did, all my siblings. There's
From a
4 of
large
us.
farm.
Yeah.
You're the babe.
So we all started like quite young, just a local stage school, and we'd put on shows at the local theatre, and then you'd do like drama festivals and speech and drama festivals and exams and stuff, the Guildhall exams. And that was how it began. And then the woman that ran it was an agent, a child's agent, so she would put people forward for TV. But like all my siblings got TV work, and I never
That from you.
bagged a job ever. But I was rotund, wasn't I? I was.
Oh, well.
No, you've seen those pictures.
Well, that might not have been the reason.
Well, I know, but I wasn't typical casting for every part. Well, I'd like to put it down to that because it definitely wasn't my acting. No. Anyway,
Fact from the
so
fact.
I just didn't, it didn't happen for me, but I carried on and I went to drama school then and trained in London, and I kind of did it a different route because they all kind of got into the professional world quite early and carried on.
You went like the classic route, really, didn't you? Like
I
going
did
to drama
really,
school.
but I didn't. That was not like the obvious route at the time
Yeah.
because everyone else we knew, and not just my family. There was quite a lot of successful people out of that stage school, and drama school to me was like,
I won't have to go.
I
to
didn't
that,
even.
yeah.
Well, no, well, I didn't. I didn't even.
Just gonna wind her back
half a
up. Hang on.
I hadn't even heard of it.
Yeah.
Really. And, you never thought you could afford it and all that. And then I went to college in Leeds and did performing arts, and the tutor there pushed me to apply for drama school, which I did. And then I moved down to London and trained there. And I'm really glad that I did that route, and because it was kind of me going, this is me doing my own journey, not just following my family because that's what they've done.
Yeah.
And I kind of had to prove myself, really. I think to myself, no one else,
Especially when you're the youngest.
Yeah,
then as well.
it's hard, and
Yeah.
and it was something that, it was the only thing I was ever passionate about, acting, and food. As we know, cooking.
I was going to say, was there a different subject in school that you also loved that wasn't to do with acting?
Not really. I
Really?
mean, I liked home economics. Like I have always loved cooking, but it wasn't that great at that school, so I actually didn't take it for GCSE.
We had to make bread and shit like that.
Yeah,
was
but I'd love
like-
that. But
Yeah, but I just think who would make
considering
bread
me,
buy it from the shop?
but I just knew the teachers weren't that great, so I didn't even take it because I was like, I'm already making this, darling.
We did dolmeal sauce. honestly.
Yeah,
My
we
mum
did
was
bechamel
fuming.
sauce.
Yeah, she was like, "Bring in your favourite jar of chicken tonight."
Oh my
That's
God,
what
you
I was
actually did the jar. Oh no, I did
Really
learn how to
bad.
make a cheese sauce at school. I remember that.
I did only but your first class before you went into GCSE, the first few classes, because they were like, these plebs, they can't do anything. So it was like, they don't even know how to cook
Heat up
chicken.
chicken.
I think I'm going to ask
Chicken tonight.
what everyone's thinking. What was your favourite jar of chicken tonight?
It was honey and mustard.
Well, I do
Oh,
like
no.
that.
Too
I don't
sweet.
like honey and mustard on anything.
Really?
And I love mustard. And yeah, not together.
Well,
And not on honey on stuff. No.
No, not a big fan. I like it in a sauce, not solo, actually. I'm the opposite.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't like mustard either.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't?
that
While we're on the
annoys me
subject.
about
Yeah.
you.
I'll sometimes buy a
You
sandwich.
don't like a wasabi pea, do you?
Oh, no.
I don't.
Oh, no.
What else did you say you didn't like? I was listening to some old podcasts earlier, to do my research. I'm a professional.
Oh, we should be
She
doing
is a
research on
professional.
you.
I know, bloody.
Oh, yeah, you should. Oh, you said you didn't like something. I was like, I forgot that
Custard.
about you. No. Maybe it wasn't a food.
You.
Oh, God.
It tells you that every
come
day.
back to me.
Okay, well, we
But I
can't
was
wait.
like, I can't be your friend if you
really?
feel like that. I don't know how we're friends.
Oh. Well, I can't remember what it was.
No,
I can't
go
remember what I
back.
say, literally,
No, I know.
ever.
Some people say it, like my auntie told me a quote, and I was like,
Oh,
I
Dirty
don't
Dancing.
know what you're talking about.
Sorry.
Oh, Dirty Dancing.
Oh,
Yeah.
nobody puts baby in the corner. Is that how you thought of it, the quote?
Well, you've put me. Yeah.
Centre stage.
Centre.
Centre bloody stage.
No, I can't.
I
deal
saw the
with that.
stage show. I thought it was terrible.
the stage show's
and I've
awful.
barely seen the film.
Oh,
It's
my
because it's
God.
just they just
And
it's just
I had a
nostalgia.
terrible
yeah.
injury trying to recreate that lift. I should have been baby, but I was Patrick Swayze.
no.
I made a terrible mistake in Cyprus. Lifted my friend on her
You
wedding
did?
the
You
day
really
before.
hurt your
I had to go
back?
to the
Oh
bloody
my God, I
chiropractor,
remember.
Osteopath, erotic masseur.
How was it? Which
sorted
one did
me out.
Yeah. That one did
I
the
remember
job.
dropping you off.
My back
to
suddenly hurts again.
to that chiropractor.
Oh well, he was shocking as shit. He just put a tape on my back, which was the letter
Doesn't do
H. I
anything.
thought that stands for homo. You're taking the piss here. And
Come on, take that off.
It was like this thing that he should do, and then I went to one osteopath, who was all like, and she just fixed it straight away, and it's never given me trouble
What a
since.
woman.
Yeah, anyway, sorry, I did digress there. 'cause
Sorry,
that's old
it's
news.
fine. Tangela.
Tangela.
Have
See?
you got a jingle for a tange?
I think we
Oh God, it's only a bloody tange.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
right,
We
yeah.
produce all our own jingles.
live as we go along, and it's always in that voice.
They're not live, they're pre-recorded.
Sorry,
Oh
sorry.
gosh, it's only a bloody tange.
Press the button again.
Oh gosh, it's only a bloody tange. Oh God.
Oh God, the fun we get up to. Anywho, back to our lovely guest, Amy Walsh. Everyone is here. I feel like that was like
So you liked home economics? We didn't
Oh,
call
well,
it
yeah,
that. We
whatever.
called it. I think
And
we just called it
media
cookery.
studies was obviously the only other one. I took
Yeah, that was for
that.
people who couldn't
because you could
read.
be in front of the camera as well, though, can't you? When you're media
Yeah.
studies, you can be like, do you know what I'll present?
Do you know what I remember doing for media studies? You had to do a front page of a magazine.
And it was
I
you.
vividly remember I did a before and after hair. So I did straight hair and then I did curls. And I
Oh my
took the
God.
pictures and they were really bad.
That's so vlogger though. You were like ahead of your time. That's so like YouTube
If only I'd
vlogger.
have
She was
gone
an
down
maverick.
that route, I'd be a millionaire.
Oh God, if only we got you on the YouTube then.
No, but I do remember a few things about media study. And do you know the soapbox thing came from something to do with actual, soaps?
Oh,
It
right,
came from something to do with the soap that we use to wash our clothes.
I don't know about you, but I am riveted to this story.
I did it. The producer's nodding. Is that true?
Scott, come on, tell
we
us.
need to introduce our lovely
We
producer.
do.
I'm so
Sorry.
sorry, Scott. You're sat over there like chopped liver,
And he's
and
got my back here. Come on, Scott.
Yeah, it's true. I just heard that the other day. Apparently, it was they played it when women would be watching the telly, so they didn't get bored washing. Well, I think the official thing is so they didn't get above their station. They would be played mindless TV shows, so they wouldn't have grander thoughts of escaping
yes,
domestic.
Wow.
and
Oh my
long may it rain. Keep them in their
You little
box.
bastard.
Hey, that's me right now. That's me every day.
Yeah, big welcome to Scott. We've had
yeah.
Phoebe, we've had Mooch, we've
And here's
now
Scott.
got
Heard Mooch.
Scott. We've got lovely.
Oh,
Scott's on camera.
Oh,
what a lovely voice.
What a lovely face he's got.
I know, lovely face.
Oh, Scott can come again.
guys.
I think you've got better lighting than us, actually, so I might need to sort that out next time.
Done that on purpose, hasn't he?
Little bastard.
Also, we should reference the fact I'm not sure any will be bleeding through.
Oh my God. Are we going to do room 101? Because I've just remembered that.
Oh God. Okay, maybe we will.
Oh no, but I shouldn't really. It's a bit mean.
What, people who don't say
Say
F
through.
instead of THs?
Yeah, but the worst when they say v.
Yeah,
What
I
do
know
you
what you
mean,
mean.
fair?
Like,
But it's not really their fault 'cause it is a speech
I need to
impediment.
go, like I need to go to the toilet,
Yeah,
like
I
the,
can't,
instead of the.
honestly.
Are they German? I need to go to the toilet.
You could do it. You could even do it. No, it's the. I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I went to the toilet.
Yeah.
I've never heard
Yeah.
anyone say that.
You'll hear someone do
I
it
went
now.
to the toilet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do
I went
it.
to the toilet.
Maybe that's a bad
I
sentence.
do. If anyone does struggle with that, like now I feel bad.
Oh, she's gonna make a little charity donation now to offset that.
She's got to, hasn't she? Over 100k followers over here.
Oh God.
No, we worry every week that we're going to get cancelled about something.
Oh yeah, it's quite nerve wracking.
Don't worry. It's nothing's gonna happen. But I was gonna say, you may hear there's a load of gays downstairs.
Say that.
I can say that factually there are a load of gays
You
down
don't
there.
know that they are. Did you
Oh,
ask them?
please. I've shagged half of them.
What do you think he's been doing since he moved back to London?
I haven't. It's a quarter. No. There's some sort of quiz, isn't there? Some gay quiz.
Yeah. The tops were tighter than yours, that's how you knew. A lot of the
Some
tops.
of them are bottoms, to be fair. The tops were tight, and they all did that
A lot of
look.
vests.
You know,
There was a lot of vests.
have you ever seen Lion King 2, Simba's Pride?
Yeah.
And he gets outcast from and they're like, exile. The gays do that look. Like they did niche, very niche
When we walked
reference.
in, I
Yeah, I was
felt like
gonna
we
say.
got a look, but then I realised they were all looking at that screen above us.
No, it's us. They know us.
Yeah. We thought we were on the red carpet when we were going to the bar. They're just looking at all those puns. Anywho, tell us about your big break, Ames. When was your first big break? Like, when did you feel like, oh my God, this is a job, like this is a big job and I'm really excited about it?
Well, I was really lucky. My first job out of drama school was with a big theatre company in Hull called Hull Truck. And to me, that was like big, you know. Obviously, it's up north, so I'd known about it. It was John Godber. It was with John Godber, who I'd, studied
Bounced
at
Everyone
school.
Yeah,
studies it.
studied it.
Teachers.
Yeah,
Bounced teachers. Well, my first job was Shakers. So literally the day I graduated, the next day I had an audition for that theatre company. So I was so lucky, but I didn't get it. And
But you'd been seen.
I'd been seen. I didn't get the job. Didn't get the gig. Ugh, I hate when people call it that.
Really?
Yeah, and I know it's normal. Toby
I wouldn't
says
say
it.
I wouldn't
My
say a
other
gig
half, I
for
know.
acting, but we say gigs as comedians.
Oh, well, obviously, that's what they're called.
Yeah.
But get the gig is like a job.
Oh, I
And
didn't
there'll be
get
other
the gig.
gigs. There'll be other gigs, you know.
It's a great gig. Anyway, so I didn't get it. And then a few weeks before the tour, it was a UK national tour of Shakers. So it's got like 4 female leads in it. That's it. And they called me up and said, actually, we need an understudy to cover all 4 characters.
Oh
Can
my
you,
God, big job.
learn all 4 parts and start with us in 2 weeks' time? And I was like, what? And I had a Caribbean cruise booked with
Oh.
the fam.
It's hard.
I
isn't
rang
it,
my
sometimes?
agent.
I
No,
thought
she
was
rang
gonna
me.
say I had a Caribbean accent to learn.
I did. I was
You
gonna
all want to hear that.
say, in your.
Hull has diversified.
Well, it was the city of culture.
I was gonna say-
Oh, I know how they
2018
got
or
that.
19.
Yeah.
Capital of culture.
Oh, duh.
I lived down the road from Hull. The only thing they had got
It's got that art gallery overlooking.
and the
It
deep.
has got some lovely things, in the old town.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
friend took me around that museum.
All right.
Anyway,
The mayor of Hull was here. Sorry, mayoress.
oh god, I've rode on
Are you okay? She's had half a beer. She's pissed.
She's a mum now.
Also, let's
Been
just
out of
not
the
let her
house.
finish that sentence. I've rode on a. Who knows?
Hey,
Send in your suggestions of what Amy has
It's
rode
mail
on.
online. Don't let her talk. Mail online. It's going to go wild. Amy Walsh admits to being riding on.
This is good. I've ridden on the back of I can't think what they're called,
Float.
like a float thing.
Like a carnival.
You know, it was the Christmas light switch on 2008 or something. We don't say that.
2008. Jeremy Paxman's here, apparently. That's what he says. 2008.
I forgot how old I was.
It was 8 minutes past 8.
No, anyway. And I was on the back of this float going around Hull, about to turn on the Christmas lights. It was when I was doing a different show for Hull Truck a few years later, Elves and the Shoemaker.
I missed that.
Anyway, with the mayor of Hull and his wife or whoever it was, and the Chuckle Brothers.
Oh
my God, Paul and
one of them
Barry.
rest in peace.
I know,
think it's
I
Barry.
love. No, it's Paul. Oh no, it's Barry. No, I always think Barry looks like Paul and Paul looks like Barry.
Well, they're twins, aren't they?
No,
No, they're not even related.
but
They're not even related.
You're
Paul's just
joking.
done Celebrity MasterChef. Yeah.
Did you know that their surname's not Chuckle?
But he calls himself
Barry
Paul
Chuckle
Chuckle
or Paul
on MasterChef.
But that's his stage name, though, isn't it?
Oh right.
I can't believe I've only just found out that the Chuckle Brothers aren't related.
No.
So why have they been labelling themselves as brothers?
They had to have a gimmick,
Oh,
didn't
you
they?
think you know someone. You really do.
It's the matching tashes as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I was sad when one
Next
of
thing,
them.
Oh,
you're
it
telling
was
me
that
that
was
Cheeky Girls aren't. They are, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, I've seen them live.
I bet you have.
Yeah, with Amy. Yeah.
Oh,
Are
they
they
look
downstairs?
like-
A very
at this?
pregnant Amy was in a festival field having to watch me sniff poppers watching the Cheeky Girls. It was one of the worst experiences.
Oh God,
You should have filmed it.
So annoying that day. Do you remember?
Yes, I
shouted
do.
at you
I don't
too
remember, but
drunk.
I remember you telling me for weeks after consecutively how annoying I was.
The
I
amount of times on that walk home did he say, "Did we order the Dominoes?" And I was like, "Yes, Lee, I've ordered the Dominoes, even though
I am
I'm
sober."
5 weeks pregnant, sober, walking for 2 miles, and my groin is killing me." Do you remember? I had a pelvic girdle pain. For all those that have been pregnant out there, you'll know my pain. It was
a pelvic girdle pain.
Pelvic
bad.
girdle pin.
And Lee did have no sympathy.
He'll
And
never
every
understand.
time I said, "But my groin."
She used to describe it as a groin. I said it's so common, so uncouth.
Would you rather she say vulva?
I said pelvis.
But it wasn't my pelvis, it was my pelvic girdle.
Right.
Anyway,
You learnt
we digress. So where do we go? Oh, the mayor. Yeah, so he was nice.
Oh, right. So, so that story
knows
was
Hull
just
well.
to confirm that the mayor of Hull was nice.
One of my
Did you switch on the lights? Did you have to press it?
I think
Or was it
Chuckle
the mayor?
Brothers picked me to the podium.
Come on, the Chuckle Brothers are there.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
I stood
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
podium, but I
Did
didn't
you?
get to touch
She was like, it was like third, second, first.
I was
Chuckle Brothers at the
nobody
top.
then, you know. I was just an elf in the shoemaker.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Um,
if they could see you now
Oh, yeah.
on this podcast.
On this podcast.
do you
for free.
remember when we were in Broadgate Circle in Liverpool Street and you were reading a script actually? And you said the word Zante.
Oh.
Remember that?
Oh, gosh,
Love that.
play.
So when we were working
Oh,
together, you were
bless
like
you,
still gigging
remembering
loads.
that.
I think it was a Starbucks actually, and it was dead, wasn't it? That because it was really busy at 2 hours.
So, well,
at
we
lunchtime.
should talk about this is how we know each other. We should
Yeah.
talk
Oh, yeah.
origin story, actually,
yeah.
because we're rattling through, I have
I
to
knew
say.
the time would go too fast. We should do a double.
Oh, you should
Double
come back for
header.
part 2.
Yeah.
Well, we'll check the ratings first.
Better post about that.
Yeah, no. So, do you remember? Well, you two knew each other before I knew.
We're the OG roommates,
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
aren't we?
You are.
I used to call you Mazza.
Yeah, Mazza.
So-
She took a picture of me. This is true Amy Walsh, by the way, listeners. She's shitting herself now.
What's true?
Come on, expose her.
I was like, nay, and I like rolled over and I was asleep. I had really short hair then because I'd used to do it myself, didn't I? So I couldn't grow it. And it was silver. And she took a picture and put it on Twitter and put, "Can't believe I'm sleeping next to dead Marilyn. R.I.P. Maz." It was just a
So inappropriate, Paul.
But I loved it. It was-
Oh, Marilyn, what? Too soon?
I played Marilyn in the play once.
I was worried what you were going to
You
say
tell
because
me.
I would have said Myra Hindley.
well, no, that is the other Amy Walsh
did.
story, which we've said on the pod a few times because it's one of the funniest moments I've ever experienced. Where we were on a promo job
bad.
and we were talking about Blackberry, and you were like, "Well, that," and someone went, "Has anyone ever told you look?" And she went, "Like Myra Hindley." Yeah, she gets it all the time. I did. And I was was like,
Oh, she's a funny one, isn't she?
little bitch.
So you two met each other. So for
So,
anyone who,
what did you watch
I'll very
after,
quickly explain, we used to do what's called promo work together. So
You've said this a million.
I know, but just to explain, that's how we all
New listeners.
worked together. So
Yes.
marketing companies would hire brand ambassadors to give out like leaflets or flog their products or whatever. So you met when? Lauren will
I
know.
can't remember. Yeah,
You don't
Rain Man over
remember?
it. Well, I met Adam first, actually, your older brother, on a very lovely gig in Battersea Power Station, which is just around the corner from here. And we were doing some really easy gig, and it was like Carphone Warehouse Awards.
Oh.
And we just had to stand there and like we drank a free cocktail and chatted. And then it was him who said, "Oh, she's really good. Get her in like for the next job or whatever."
She's just been in Elves and the Shoemaker. She is
No,
riding
Adam
high.
said about me
Oh,
because it was
sorry.
my first job, and I didn't know who he was or whatever. And we just got on really well.
For context, our brother-in-law.
Oh yeah, so
Mine and Adam's
everyone's
brother-in-law,
related.
Joe, friend of the pod. Hi,
Hey,
Joe.
Joe.
He's gonna have a lot to say about this episode, I
He's gonna
reckon. He's
be-
going to be livid he's not the
Yeah,
first
I'm
guest.
going to get trolled by him.
Yeah, he was the one that actually
Anyway,
did give
he
us the
was
Pink
our boss,
Ladies.
wasn't he?
Yeah. He called us the Pink Ladies when all three of us were friends.
Oh,
he,
did
he didn't want to put us together. I think it was because he
One
was
time he
jealous.
stopped, didn't he?
He
He
stopped putting us
stopped putting
together.
us together as like weird punishment.
It was because he
Yeah, I
was
guess we're
jealous.
having too much fun.
Yeah, jealous.
And he come on a night out once, and there were two teams out, and he came on. We were together, and you were on a different
Oh,
team.
she was furious.
And you were fuming, and I was like, he split us up. He bought us
He
a
did
fish
that on
bowl.
purpose, so I wasn't on the night out. So
Yeah.
I couldn't tell him off.
Yeah, fuming.
What about that time that he took you all out?
Sorry, I'm just putting your mic a tiny little bit closer there.
Oh, really? I thought I was too loud.
No, you're fine.
What about that time that he came up to Leeds to take us all out and we were on that, was it Fanta job?
Yes.
And then I'd taken the acting job. Do you remember?
This was, and you'd been on Emmerdale at this point. Like, you are a grafter, to be fair. You're doing promo, you've waitress, and you were still, like, you've done some big
yeah,
gigs.
no, I mean, skipping forward a decade or something since since the Elves and the Shoemaker.
Shoemaker.
Oh yeah, I should go back. So I did the understudy job of Shakers, understudied all 4 roles and learnt all.
That's
characters.
harder than
It's the
being in
hardest
it.
thing I've ever done, and barely obviously got on, but did get on for each character at some point through the 6-month run. But the rest of the time was literally sat in the wings watching everyone else do what I wanted to do. But it was great, and it was a.
So you learned that Caribbean accent for nothing.
Anyway, then skipped on, did bits and bobs, loads of theatre, bit of TV. I was in Hollyoaks late
You were in
night.
Hollyoaks late night. Who was you?
Lynn
Was you Mercedes'
Peart.
cousin or sister
Yeah.
or something?
Jennifer McQueen.
Jennifer, of course you were.
But that was filming
Similar
in Ibiza.
accent, though.
That's my Grindr username.
That was the best job.
Because you went abroad, didn't you?
Yeah,
I
we were
remember.
filming
You
in
were doing
Ibiza.
promo. You came back and did a promo job straight after.
Yeah.
You are a hard worker, I'll give you that, Amy.
thank
Because
you.
I'm not.
No, you're lazy. No, but you know, you do when you're an actor. I remember I did 3 months on Emmerdale when I first got cast in it.
Because mostly they don't employ, like they always kind of trial out new characters, don't they? Or
Well,
they'll
it
bring
depends
someone in.
on it depends on the
Oh,
because
right.
some people are booked, you know, as like a main
As a
lead.
main
Really?
person.
Yeah, for like a year or whatever. But this particular character, it kept changing. So when I first auditioned for it, it was meant to be bigger. And then they were like, oh, things have changed. It's actually now just 10 episodes. And that was when I'd got my recall. And I was like, that is so typical. Because all I ever wanted to do was be in a soap, wasn't it? Like, and Emmerdale, perfect. I'm
Yeah.
from Bradford.
And you'd had a slice of it in Hollyoaks later.
Yeah, and I knew I loved, yeah, exactly that. And I did always say I just wanted to do soap. My sister had done Emmerdale years and years before, and I just, yeah. So when it came in, I got the recall, and then it went to 10 episodes. I was like, oh, God. I know it's good, but it still feels like bittersweet.
Yeah.
Anyway, went there, and it was more than 10. It was about 25, but it was a few months' work, and then I just went back to promo. Do you remember I stood in Liverpool Street Station handing out Compeed, and
We've all been there.
Hey,
people
I've
were
still got free
tweeting
Compeed.
me, going, "You're on the telly." Da, da, da,
And didn't you
Tracy."
get recognised once? So, someone saying, "Aren't you
Oh,
on
yeah.
Maybelline?" And you were like,
Yeah, at London Fashion Week, giving out free lipsticks, and they were like, "Well, no, what?" watching you the other night.
Because people just assume because you're on the telly that you're just like millionaire and you don't need to work and that's
What
all
happened
you
to
do.
you when you were in that restaurant?
Yeah, it did. That was so. I just juggled loads of jobs, didn't I? But I worked in a sushi restaurant in East London. Well, Essex, I guess it's anyway. And I had finished at Emmerdale and I was back there working. And someone went to me, "They can't have paid you very much if you're back here."
So rude.
I was like,
So rude.
well, yeah, they've not paid me to survive for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do you want me to do? I was actually back there the other night and I got recognised just by a couple.
Oh, she's come full circle.
And she was like,
Was it the same woman?
She said, "Can I have a picture?" This woman. And I was like, "Really? Yeah, okay." And she's like, "You used to serve us." And I was like, "Oh."
She'll love that.
She'll go home. She'll be like, and you know what? She's not forgotten her roots. She's not forgotten.
She did actually. They
her
were
roots.
quite drunk. She was they were on like a wedding anniversary meal, her and her partner, and she did say by the end of the night, "You are just so down to thanks for talking to us." I was like, "You don't have to thank me for talking."
Oh, see, I'd be like, no worries, I will send you an invoice.
Yeah. Well, I've been with Amy at a bar at a wedding, and by that point, everyone has realised you just got your big.
Funny, aren't they?
Weddings are a
They
funny one
realise
because
she
people are
knows the
clocking
Chuckle
you.
Brothers
Yeah.
and they want to get a piece
They're
of the
involved.
pie.
Did I see you at the Christmas light switch on in 2008?
They recognise that shoemaker from anywhere. It was the Caribbean accent that gave it away. And they've gone up to her and gone, "Excuse me, I hate to bother you. Do you have a compede?" Because I desperately need one.
No, but I do have this new Maybelline mascara actually.
I mean, I'm.
Call back after call back
I
here.
can't. This is a lot of advertisement I'm not allowed to do.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Shit.
None of this is endorsed.
I don't work for
Hashtag
ITV,
not an ad.
and I, have a lovely Instagram if you want to go over there, Maybelline. I will be sponsored and do ads, don't worry. Hashtag promo code Fab Life.
I was going to say, have you ever been recognised? Because a lot of famous people, like, when you see a famous person, you don't necessarily know who they are, but you're like, and so have you ever been recognised for someone who is famous but not you?
No.
Okay, on to the next question.
Yeah, really good. No, when we were at a wedding, my favourite bit was, because I'd never witnessed this before with you. Like, people have recognised you and stuff, but not to this level because people are really drunk, and older people say stuff like,
wedding?
"Are you doing well?
Oh.
Are you doing well? I hope you're doing well for yourself." And this couple said to her, "You're nothing like your character." And I was like, what? She wasn't cast to be herself. Like, it was just really
I
weird.
find that quite not insulting. Was it?
Endearing.
No, like
Compliment.
Yeah.
You okay?
I'm drunk.
Exclusive. Mail online. Amy Walsh gets drunk on podcasts and spills
She's a
it
new
all.
mum. She's a new mum.
I'm
Doesn't
not
drink a lot
drinking
these
as
days.
much.
She's not been out.
I've not left the house in 8 months.
Angelic.
And I've missed dinner, which, as you know,
Oh,
I do very rarely.
schoolboy error.
I've got half a
No,
cheddar and
just a
pickle in my
Monaco.
bag if you want it.
Stomach. You've got what?
Half a cheddar and pickle sandwich. I'll give you.
It's not pickle, it's celery.
Celery.
I
cheddar.
love. Oh, don't get me started on that.
From
I
the
said this
Trolls.
to you.
From the Trolls as well, guys.
What do you think, though,
Avatars.
about, as a listener, about Lauren's abbreviations?
They're ridiculous.
Is it too much?
They're ridiculous, but
You've
I like
always
the
known about my briefs, so like you were the OG because you always used to bollock me not bollock me, but like would be in a thing. You were like, you are.
Yeah, I can't keep up with them sometimes.
I wanted
But
to.
you're
I
a good
like the
abriever.
Trolls.
The
No, I
Trolls.
do.
You're a really good abriever. You don't know you're doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah, no, I do. Yeah, I do.
I wanted you to tell the listeners how you were convinced that I hated you the first time I met you.
Rest in peace.
Because you're, what do I call you?
Cold, aloof.
Condescending.
Neither.
Close enough.
It's that personality of yours that you sometimes, you do it with strangers. You do it with, oh God, I hate it. When I see you do it, I'm like, why are you doing it?
What?
If new people meet you and you're like, I'll just go all prickly and uptight.
You've admitted this on the
That might
podcast.
nerve
I
you.
can do that.
And you did do that a bit. I just remember thinking, he hates me, and I'm a people pleaser, aren't I? I want to make everyone really comfortable and like me. So I was cracking jokes, being hilarious, and you were going
Scoping you out.
Was I
there
laughing?
standing. No.
Well, you weren't being hilarious then.
He was actually just writing down everything you'd said for his set.
It's like, I could use this.
Could use
Steal
it.
it. Yeah, no, so we didn't like each other much, did we? No, we did. But I
For like half a day.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Also, I wasn't going through a happy time in my life. I was working in Westfield on Book of Spells. I was not a
Yeah.
happy person.
Oh, where's my life gone?
Right. We have powered through this, and I need to end this on some quick fire questions.
God.
I know
You do
you're
one
sad.
and I'll do the other.
So
How about that?
what we've decided
God,
is
what are you doing to me?
we've written
I feel like I'm about to.
we've written some just this or that questions which we're going to ask every guest that comes on the pod. I think we should make a regular every now and then have a guest come in. You definitely should come back, do part two.
Why don't we do it? We should do the Christmas special.
Yeah. The Christmas special.
You
yes.
should do the Christmas special.
Yeah, I
We should
will.
do that.
Yeah. Get some prosy from the Trows in and get absolutely.
I nearly got a prosy from the Trolls, but we were like, we're going to be distracted popping it and
No,
pouring
yeah.
it.
You can't.
So
That's
we're going to call this
Right.
quiz,
The tin.
and we're going to ask all our guests the same questions. So we're going to call this straight up or on the rocks. Do we have a
What does that
jingle?
mean, then?
Oh, press the button, Lauren. Straight up or on the rocks. Straight up or on the right up. Straight up. So, quick.
You two are imbeciles.
So, quick fire question: night in or night out?
Ooh, night in these days.
Cocktails or fizz?
Cocktails these days.
Film or theatre?
Theatre.
Pepsi or Coke?
Pepsi Max.
Oh, these days.
I have
The
to say
episode
these
should be
days.
called These Days.
I know, I'm sorry.
These really are the days of our lives.
But I've changed ever so much since becoming a mum.
What were you before? Just Pepsi? Now it's-
No, Diet Coke
Oh,
always.
so you've moved to
but
Pepsi
like
Max?
in recent
More
years.
caffeine.
So what's wrong with Coke Zero?
Coke Zero. Got one in my bag.
Same.
It's too much like full fat Coke, which I don't actually like the taste
Oh,
of.
okay.
So Pepsi's somewhere in between Pepsi Max. But again, I'm not endorsing products I would get in trouble.
Lights on or lights off?
Lights off.
Ooh, these days.
Yeah, these days, post bloody partum, post pelvic girdle pain.
Name of the episode. City break or pool holiday? Oh.
Pool holiday these days. I don't get to lie by a pool much.
She's doing an impression of her own boss.
Yeah, she's doing an impression of us doing an impression of her. Beyonce or Adele? Be careful now.
I know, because genuinely I would have always said Beyonce, but I really want to say
She wants to be back on the pod.
Do you know what? No, you'd be proud of me. I listened to Adele through choice and not through being forced to twice
you?
this week. Today in the bath.
Who used to force you to listen to her?
Well, you push it a bit. So,
50%
I
of your
haven't
content.
listened to Beyonce for a while, so maybe
Yeah.
Adele these days.
Maybe.
These days. Dress up or comfies?
Comfy, he can't bear it. What do you call them? My melancholy clothes. Do you remember when I used to wear that grey hoodie? That
She
was-
used to
had
walk
stains
down.
on it
What
and
she'd
stuff?
do is she'd like walk down, and she'd have this because like we lived
used
together for a while as
together.
well.
Oh yeah, we used to share a bed. We've not discussed that.
Oh, exclusive!
Oh my God. Amy Walsh shares bed with other man.
Straight.
The only woman Lee's ever slept with.
No, you're platinum.
I am. Yeah, and she'd walk down in like this tracksuit, and like I think clothes uplift you. You're
He's
saying.
weird though. He gets up and puts on a three-piece suit just to sit around the house.
Don't put-
Honestly, he used to unnerve me because I'd be like, "What's happening? What are we doing today? Why are you dressed already?" And he'd be like, "Why? I'm just dressed." And I'm a slobber. So in answer to your question, I
Comfy.
love comfy.
Yeah.
Dance or sing? We know you can do neither. But
We've not even
I
talked.
hate karaoke, don't I? Remember
Do
that
you?
time at your birthday? Oh God, yeah.
my birthday.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
years
farmhouse.
ago.
I just
Oh,
couldn't
the
find my voice. Everyone was going.
But you do have a
"Sing
lovely
louder."
voice.
I
Stop sounding-
I'm a little bit scarred, I think, with singing in public.
Yeah.
yeah.
We haven't even discussed that, so we do need to do a comeback episode
Oh,
when
what? When I did
we watched
that?
it at the Palladium and Lee got so hammered that even Diane.
Another time he ruined my night. And another time he stole my thunder by getting hammered.
What did Diane say?
Well,
Was she
Diane was
furious?
just like, everyone's just really drunk.
We were all
Me and
hammered,
Di
by the
got
way.
Oh, you were really lovely that night. You're the only one she likes. She knows Lee's liability.
She
nearly
gives-
stopped me seeing him in 2018.
She gives her warnings. If she's going out with
21A.
me, she's like, just be careful tonight. You are going out with Lee.
She texts me. Just
Well,
drink
Freddie
water.
thinks I probably won't make it home tonight, especially because there's both of you.
Toby said, I said, shall I take a key? I won't need a key. Well, I went, it depends how long you're going to be. And I said, well, not long. We're just doing the pod and then going for a drink. And he went, like, looked at me like, really?
I always
I was
believe
like,
it though.
I'll
I do
take a
believe
key.
that it's just going to be one drink.
Yeah.
And then Freddie's like,
Yeah.
I knew it won't.
I'm not delusional as you two.
Next, top or bottom?
Excuse me.
You can interpret it in any ways.
Top or bottom? She's so innocent.
I don't know.
You can interpret it in any way. Versatile.
Yeah,
First.
Coffee or tea?
Gosh, darlings.
Might have to
Tea.
push it for
Tea.
time.
Hey, oh, come on, you can
Coffee or tea?
run over. You're not under any restriction.
We booked it for only an hour.
Sorry.
Scott has a life.
He's meant to be performing in this gig downstairs. He's late.
Sorry, yeah. Well, tea, I guess.
say
But
tea.
coffee, I love.
I've drunk a lot of tea with you in my time.
Yeah.
Sweet or savoury?
Savoury.
Morning person or night owl?
Morning these days.
These days.
Whatever she can get these days.
Yeah.
And last question, straight up or on the rocks?
Is this talking about drinks?
Yeah.
Or is this some
I
other?
was like, what's she going to say here?
I like a bit of ice.
Yeah, on the rocks. She's an on the rocks girl.
Rocks. Wow.
Oh,
I
I
can't.
don't want it to be over.
Well, it is,
I'm
unfortunately.
getting into it now.
Well, we'll go and do. If you want to watch live, you press the red button right now, and you can watch our night out after this. It'll be a bit like Hollyoaks Late. Jennifer and the McQueen
Out
take
on the
to the
town.
town.
Queen. Oh, I didn't tell you my tube story. Oh, just really quickly, the driver
End on the
way
tube.
here when now we're coming into GP, we're coming into GP. And I was like, what the hell is your new stop? Green Park, you know. So I was a bit
Who do you
like,
think
who
he
is
is,
this
me?
guy? So I took my earphones out and stopped listening
General
to
practitioner.
YouTube. Yeah. And I thought, oh, he's one of them annoying ones. And then what did he do? Oh no, I've gone blank now. It's too much pressure.
Oh,
no, the
Christ.
time's too much pressure. But then he said something about I can't remember.
Oh my God! Oh Christ!
He said something about the Queen, but it was really funny. And then he started singing "We Will Rock You,"
Oh.
and it made everyone laugh. And I just thought, "Oh, bless him." But
And
I
you
can't
thought-
remember the bit in between that was actually the funny bit.
Well, come back another time,
God,
and
my
hopefully.
memory's so bad.
I was on a train once, and you know the
Oh, so
trolley.
now you can talk.
You know the trolley guy. And he's going. Stale sandwiches, overpriced chocolates, anyone? And like it took us a while to hear it.
You need it though on a tube, on an hour-long tube.
Yeah,
Right.
she's grafted to come here.
I think sometimes they're a little too much on those tannoys, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
no, he
you
then
want it to be a
started
bingo
going
caller,
on.
go to Mecca.
Yeah.
Just get
But
this messed up.
what did he say? It was great.
Well,
Well,
we've got
anyway.
to wrap it up now. This has been an episode. Thanks for coming on, Amy, friend of the pod. Really appreciate
Thanks for
it.
having me. I have
It's been an absolute
chomping
dream.
at the bit.
We're going to end
Do
on...
you think I'll listen to myself on my run around the park and
I
laugh
think you
out
will.
loud?
I laugh at myself sometimes.
Do
I'm
you?
like, you need to get a life, Lauren.
Yeah, I laugh at myself a lot, don't I? I tell you how funny I am quite a lot.
You do indeed.
You are funny.
Anyway, yes, I know we've got to go. I haven't been out for a while.
It's been episode these days.
Oh, do you want to do the? Do you want to do the? Yeah, Lauren, lead her in.
Oh God,
What will I...
Pressure.
Oh, so this has been episode 29 of season 2 of...
Fab Life with Lauren and Lee and Amy.
Hey!
Oh, brilliant.
Was I meant to do that?